This is FanSpeak, a weekly live show where the fans of comics and its community are our guests. Hello, everybody, and welcome to FanSpeak. And today we got a good one, guys. We're going to be talking to Eric Ninaltowski about his really good-looking project he's got going on, which has funded. So congratulations to him. And we hope we will have him the whole time, and because he has a little bit of a surprise coming. And usually I wait a little bit, but I'm going to jump right into it. Can I announce your surprise, or should I keep it a surprise?
Yeah, go for it. Announce it.
Yeah, he's got a new baby going to be here in a matter of hours.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were joking in
No,
the
he's
chat.
not.
No.
Just waiting for that water to break. So
That's right.
congratulations,
Yeah.
dude. This is his fourth baby, so he's
Thank you.
looking to match out his pair of sons and single daughter. So everyone would keep your fingers crossed for a daughter. That's what we want. Although that decision was made about 8 months ago. Nevertheless, looking forward to talking to Eric today about his project. But keep in mind, he might have to dash. And that's just fine. But nice to have you here today, Eric. And we are going to be talking about his project here momentarily. But of course, I want to explain to everybody else who else is here. Do keep in mind, though, we have all those links down below. Please check them out, particularly our FanSpeak over on Facebook. We're having a lot of fun there. And I do appreciate and thank everybody for putting in all your ideas, your reviews, news, everything you're doing. It's really cool. I do appreciate it, and I try to pick from it to use on the show as much as I can. So that is a very easy way for you to influence the show here. But of course, we also have my Twitter, which if you want to be on the show, we'd love to have you. But also for our drawn and quartered show, Ultimate Edition, of course, if you want to be one of the artists on that, you can contact me through my Twitter, and I'll put you through that process. Now, tomorrow, I do believe we're doing Resident Evil, which is called Biohazard over here, of course. So that should be interesting, very popular. They just said their second remake came out, and then now we just had the third. I think it's in beta, or I know I don't know if it's out open, but I know I saw some of the YouTuber guys working on it. So that's pretty cool if you're into that. And we're going to be covering that tomorrow. But of course, let me come over here and say hello to our resident creator of Golma himself, the young lad, Zach. What's going on, dude?
Being quarantined.
Yeah.
It was official, I think at 12 o'clock last night, they were just like, if you're not essential, you're not allowed to go outside.
What part of the country are you in?
Houston. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was martial law. So the thing is, though, is I haven't stepped outside in like 3 weeks anyways.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what's new.
Right.
The world's going to change while I'm in here.
Well, Japan shut down for about 6 weeks. Officially, I guess 4. But it's been about 6 weeks. We shut down. Of course, Japan's easy to shut down because you just say, okay, no one go outside, and it's done, right? It's not like America where we get these idiots saying, yes, the boomer remover, dude, right? Those idiots.
Yeah, and they go lick a toilet seat and they get coronavirus.
So stupid, dude. So I'm in a much better situation in a way. But my point being is it's been about 6 weeks since we kind of shut everything down. Man, we've got it under control. So, it's all good. I was going to mention that we probably don't want to name it by name. Because
and then I went and did it, and
then
I'm sorry.
You went and did it, so you just copyright struck the
fuck!
entire show. So thank you very much, Zach. Because YouTube's all about making sure you don't say the wrong thing, right? Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, so my point being, you guys shutting down for a couple of weeks, it's a good thing. It's going to work out for you. So good luck.
We're actually on technically, we are on day 10 of day 15 in the U.S. as far as like the shutdown. But
Right.
martial law just got handed because there was enough cases here. But I don't know how long we're actually going to stay shut down.
Right. Well, I
So.
mean, you got to be smart and take things slow. As we come into the summer, I think things will certainly clean up. It's unfortunate to see what's going on in New York, but I mean, it's kind of to be expected. I mean, New York is New York, right? I mean, I used to live in New York. For those of you who don't know, I lived there quite a while, and it doesn't shock me at all that the epicenter of all the horror in America is in New York City. Not even a little. Yeah, but we won't get into that. But of course, I need to introduce our other panelist that we have here. He's needs no introduction, but of course, I'm in the middle of my long, long challenge to make sure that I can introduce him properly. So today, I think we'll do something a little special. We usually have him coming in from outer space or standing on some mountain or some high spot, but today, I'm going to work with the medium of electricity moving through water. As the ocean waves compile onto the shore to deal with the ongoing pandemic. Electricity ripples through the waves, bioluminescence is seen. Coming up with seaweed covering his entire body. Is it a monster? No! No, it is Thundero, and he shall strike down the whingers and the whiners.
That's right. Yeah. No, none of that. That's not allowed. That is forbidden.
That's right.
You've almost. I'm gonna tell you this, Chester. You've almost got it. Not quite, but you're getting there.
Damn it!
You're
All
almost.
right, fine. Anyway,
I actually, speaking of the thing that shall not be named,
Voldemort.
Yeah, the Voldemort. My wife works at a hospital, and that hospital had not had any cases yet because the local ones here, they were all sending to one hospital,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't hers, thankfully. However, somebody just most likely is going to come back positive for it that's on her floor, and they didn't know it.
Oh.
So I'm in like extra special quarantine now because I already was staying home because I can work from home, and now I really can't go. Now I really shouldn't be going out because I might be a carrier. She might be a carrier. We have to check our temperature every so often, a few times a day, just to make sure, see if we have a fever. Yeah, so that's fun. That's a fun time. But that's all right. We're both young and healthy, so we'll be fine.
No,
but yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about Eric's book here.
Yeah, no, so am I. And of course, do keep Todd Mulrooney in your prayers because he clearly has the coronavirus, and he's a very, very old man. So yeah, we might be losing him.
Oh no.
Just kidding, just
Florida
kidding.
Man.
Huh? Oh no. Yeah, be safe out there, guys. Be safe out there. And if you do get yourself a little bit of the Voldemort, just do the normal stuff and lay up and stay away from things.
Go
and
find those Horcruxes. That's what you got to do.
You got to find them Horcruxes. That's right. And just keep in mind that no matter where you are and where you might be cooped up, see what I did there. You don't have to worry because the celebrities got you. They have a constant stream of their care, and they know you need them. They are the most important thing.
Did you see the Ryan Reynolds?
Yes, and
rebuttal?
I'm giving
Sweet.
a shout out to Ryan Reynolds right now. Thank you very much, sir. You always have exactly the right thing to say, and you shall always be Deadpool to me, sir. Always.
Always.
He was born to be Deadpool.
He was.
Born.
He was. All right, guys. Well, cool. Let me check the chat out real quick. Do keep in mind, guys. It's doing that thing again. YouTube is being real annoying lately. You notice that? And it's because no one's at the freaking. Well, it's because no one's at the tiller, is what it's going. Why? Because they all left. And they put the algorithms up to 12 is what they did.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, guys, definitely please His camera's gone potato. Yeah, well, that's what happens. But definitely hit that share button, guys. Let your friends and family know what's going on so they come over and join us. We do appreciate everybody who watches these streams after. It's amazing to me how many people do, because we are long form YouTubers. We're not the 8-10 minute guys for sure. So we appreciate the hell out of that, guys. But we'd like to have more people with us live as possible. So hit that share button. And of course, the subscribe and like, we appreciate it as well. We are in that eternal climb to trying to get to the 1,000, which I'm told is impossible to do. And then once you do that, it just kind of rolls along. So who knows? But hit those things and all those likes and those bells and all those things that need to be hit. But enough of all of that. I see we got Pixel in here. We got Rodwell Stevens. We got Jiminy Cricket. He's one of my favorite artists in the whole world. I love him very, very much. And we have Dave as well. So thank you guys. And we're going to jump over here and focus on Eric. And as you guys see, he's working on this project right now. This is a page from the book, right?
Yes, it is. Yep, this is page 10. So
Sweet. Now,
putting in the finishing touches.
yeah, and it looks really good, even though you have gone completely potato. It is what it is, I suppose. But now we've had you on the show a few times, Eric, working on various things. But this right here, this project, luckily, you dropped it out in maybe not the best time, but you have funded. So awesome,
Yep.
dude. Congratulations to you, man.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm super glad that I funded and still got more than halfway to go. So excited to see how high I can climb with it.
Yeah, no, I am too. Oh, you focused. Oh, we can see it. It is a great looking page, dude.
Look at that.
It is pretty. Yeah,
Mhm.
you know, what came to my mind was Buck Rogers, man. You remember those old Buck Rogers? I don't know if they were graphic novels. I don't think they were, but I remember there was art and then a lot of words. Um, I can't remember, but it looks a lot like Buck Rogers stuff, and that is a good thing. I love that old art from way back in the day. Now, what is now before we get into the project itself, though? What has inspired you with this project? Why did you decide to do this story?
There were a lot of factors. I wanted to do a story that could be ongoing and that could, just, continue on for as long as I lived. I talked to Mike Miller and he just said, because I do have a bunch of ideas, and this one in particular is like an X-Men format where it's designed to go on and create new characters, introduce new people and stuff. So he's like, you should do something like that where it's like a Spawn where it could just go on forever, and
Yeah.
that's where you can make money. But if you do a bunch of one shots, it comes and goes and then that's it. So advice and going with the long term one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. Absolutely. Trying to put out your own ideas and make them something is a good thing. And of course, being the do you still consider yourself the protege of Mike Miller, or have we moved beyond that?
I guess I still am, yeah. He mentored me, took me under his wing, and kind of got me beyond um, you know, the rough, wet behind the ears kind of guy, and kind of shaped my art to what it is today. So yeah, I'm still kind of his protege.
Well, all right, cool. Now, one thing I know though, because I've been talking to you for coming up on 2 years, I'd say. I've noticed that your style has changed in that time. When I first saw you drawing, you were very much drawing like Mike, but you've changed. You definitely got your own thing going on now, and I think that's great. And not saying that drawing like Mike is a bad thing, because it certainly isn't. Uh, but I am
Mhm.
glad to see that you're starting to get your own flair, and that's awesome, dude. And of course, you're a great artist. So, but looking at this page and stuff, we might as well jump over and take a look at the project itself. So as I do that, you can white box me on my screen if you'd like to see what I'm sharing, Eric. But it's a beautiful looking project. You guys are in for a treat today. And of course, it's called Shadow Sentry. So before I dive into the page and start looking at all the art, why don't you tell us a little bit about the project itself?
Sure. It's the quickest way to describe it is like an X-Men meets the Matrix superhero team book with a supernatural twist. And basically, I didn't want to go with the mutants and, they are born with their powers. It's arbitrary. It's an accident. I wanted something that was purposeful and that the heroes, have a bigger mission at hand. And so they have these near-death experiences. And when they cross over to the other side and they come back, they're bringing these supernatural powers with them from the other side, the other realm, the eternal, I call it. And so you have the highborn and the hellborn. And yeah, the story just flows from there. And you have Jason, who is this crossbreed of a highborn and a hellborn, and they're both after him. They don't know if he's going to be the one to save the world or the one to destroy it.
So he's kind of like some weird Nephilim.
No, he is human. He's, the highborn and the hellborn they're both human. They just have these near death experiences when they cross to the other side.
Oh,
They have these powers, and when they come back, they're still human, obviously, but they just have these supernatural powers that they've smuggled kind of from the eternal realm.
I see. Oh, so we don't have the Eternals in our world. We have their effect. No,
I don't know. No, they're not. If you're thinking like the Marvel Eternals, they're not.
no.
It's not like that.
I was thinking angels and demons.
Okay, so yeah, they're still very much human, but they're bringing, like, angels and demons. They exist on a spiritual plane or a different plane than our world. So when they die, they're crossing into their world and onto their plane, and then they're coming back with the powers
I
from
get it.
their world.
That's an
Does that make
interesting
sense?
take. Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's different. There you go.
Cool.
Now, what do you think about that take on heaven, hell, demons, and angels? What do you think about that idea, Thundera?
It's pretty good. I like it. I've had similar ideas in the past with it, so of course I like it. But no,
Oh,
but no,
okay.
it's really you can really play with it because, like you said, it's not an accident, right? They're not just born better or whatever. They're not born mutants, which is something I hate about the X-Men. I love the X-Men; they're my favorite. I hate that specific part of it. Um, but I like that. I like the idea of an X-Men style team, but these people are not really special until something happens, right? They're made special. They're not born special.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
with Marvel Comics in particular, um, they didn't start out with a grand cosmology, right? They were kind of one-shotters and a lot of stuff they did in the beginning. But as
Mhm.
time has gone by, they've tried to create a cosmology. You can say successfully or not successfully, but it is nice to have something that's starting with its proper cosmology from the beginning. So that's cool. And as we see, he's made 1,190,058 yen. So rock on, dude. Rock on.
Whoa.
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 That's about 10 grand, just so you guys know. That's pretty good, though. Because and of course, what that means being funded with 10 grand is he can absolutely publish this book for his current 209 backers. And I do hope maybe Pixel or Jiminy or someone there will throw up the project in the chat so you guys can check this out as we get into it and make it more than 209, guys. Because he's definitely covered as far as producing it. Now let's start making him some profit because he's got a new baby coming and he needs some profit in his hands, right?
Sounds good, man.
Sounds good. Yeah. Now let's get into it here. Now, of course, the tagline is Hell has entered our realm through death's door, and heaven has a new breed of heroes. Sweet. Shadow Sentry. And you kind of gave us already this spiel of the Highborn, Hellborn. I like it. I like the
Mhm.
idea. That's very cool. And as I dive into, we look here and we see this 48-page book, which seems to be a pretty standard thing going on right now, which is awesome. So it's a graphic novel for sure. And the story, of course, is the pencils, inks as well are done by Eric here, Ninaltowski, of course. And his colors are being provided by Kid Icarus and Carbon Graphics. And I have to tell you, dude, as I come down into this thing, they're really good. Um,
Oh,
yeah. Now, do you have any letterer or anybody else who needs to be announced other than your two colorists?
As far as right now, I did the letters that you see on the sample images there.
Uh-huh.
If I get enough money, I will hire a letterer. But for right now, I'm just doing it to save money.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you can handle a lot of the work yourself, you should, and that's a good thing, especially in this format, I'd say. But all right, so let's take a look at the art now. Now the thing I'm seeing is 4 covers. Now, from what I understand, this is one book, 48 pager, which is nice size. And we're getting some variant covers here. Of course, we got Eric's. We have Matt Weldon, our boy. He's done a cover for you, which is really beautiful. We have another one from Kevin Sharp. And then, of course, Mike Miller himself is doing a cover for you. The only name I don't recognize there is Kevin Sharp. And I kind of haven't noticed that one. Who's Kevin?
Kevin has been in the industry for, man, a good many years. I forget exactly when he broke in. I think around the 90s. He's worked for Marvel, he's worked for DC, and I forget the company he started with. But yeah, so he's been around for a long time. He does a lot of fill-in issues, but he's got a great art style. Just I love the huge hulking mass of men that he draws. They're just amazing to look at. So very cool, very 90s-ish. So that's why I wanted him to do a cover for me.
Ah, that's neat. And I see that we have a little bit of with Mike Miller's. He's gone and messed with the letters of the title, showing off that pro level is what he's doing. Very cool.
Well, actually, let you know,
Right.
he gave me the artwork and he put Deke, the character, so high at the top. I had to do something to. I could have had him cover all the letters, but I was like, you know what? It's a new book. I want to have the letters showing, so I made him pop out through the letters. I figured that would be a good fix.
I
No, that's
like
really
it.
cool.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
a really
like it.
cool solution.
It is.
Cool.
The only thing I would say I would suggest is tilt that Y a little bit on the to the left, up a little bit on its left, and the N and the R tip them even a little bit more on the area where they're being moved. I think the T is fine. But the N and R need a little bit more tipping, and I think I think it'll be perfect. That Y needs a touch of a movement as well, though. I think, but it's a great idea for sure.
Cool.
Yeah. As you guys see, those are the variant covers they have. Now, how are we're going to get into the perks at the end of the show like we always do, but how do the variant covers work in the perks within the project? How are they working?
So you can, there's a perk where you can get all of them, the regular cover and the variants, and then I have perks where you can get one variant, two variants. I don't have one where you can get all three variants because with the add-ons, basically you can get the two, and then before you check out, you can add on the third. So
Oh,
you can get all three of them.
so that means that Mike Miller's is the bonus one.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Cool. That's nice that he threw a cover for you together, though. He doesn't do a lot of those, so it's nice to see him doing one.
Yeah,
Very
I was real
nice.
grateful. Came out good.
Now this is your cover right here I'm looking at. Now,
Mhm.
we do have it's very interesting. We have this guy in the middle who's our hero. I'm assuming this is Jason, right? Eric, are you there?
Sorry, I muted myself. I had to mess with the computer. I didn't want to make a lot of noise. Yes, that is Jason. So he's the crossbreed hybrid of the Hellborn and Highborn.
I see. And now with the highborn above looking angelic and the lowborn, hellborn looking, demonic. Um, Is this more of a perception of when he's moving through the eternal realms, or are these? Is this something that's happening on Earth? Are they actually in this type of form or something like that?
It's more like just a to show, I guess, the heaven and hell aspect of the book.
Hmm.
So he's kind of in between. Both sides are trying to go after him.
I see.
So the Highborn want him, the Hellborn want him, and he's caught in the middle. So what you see, the angels and the demons, they're actually just regular angels and demons. I wouldn't classify them as Highborn and Hellborn. So that classification would only be for the humans who are
I see.
given the powers.
Okay, I get it. Uh, Sweet. So coming down here, we're starting to look at some pages and into the eternal here, and we have a bit of a script that you put up, as you said yourself. It looks pretty good, actually, and I always appreciate that. A lot of times, people will just put up some pages and not have any dialogue, and I think that's a mistake. You want people to see the flow of the language as well. I mean, what do you think about that, Thundero?
Yeah, I think usually it's okay though. People tend to adapt pretty quickly. But yeah, I
Yeah.
do agree with you. I think it's better if it flows for sure.
Yeah, but I think it's better. A lot of people don't even put any text on their pages at all. So
Yeah.
I'm happy to have it personally. Now,
hmm
Zach, when you did your Golma, you put text in your pages,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you obviously agree with me. But
hmm
I think your lettering looks fine. What do you guys think about his lettering here? It looks fine, I think.
Yeah, no, it reads really well. If he hadn't said anything, I would have thought that he would have had someone done it for him.
Yeah, no, and we've got a double page spread here. It looks like. Um,
Yep.
who's this big old huge brick with the one arm red and one arm blue?
That is Fusion and Fission. They're both twins, both Hellborn, and they combine to form this one giant dude.
Ooh, a Gestalt.
Yeah.
Interesting. We don't see a lot of Gestalt
Mhm.
characters. Of course, the one that comes to my mind most is Firestorm.
Mm.
Indeed.
Indeed, yeah, that's cool. All right.
Now, tell me, someone else has said that word, but what does Gestalt mean exactly?
Gestalt means the combination of it means the merging of two is what it means, and of course in comic book world I don't know when it started, but it's the idea of two people becoming one. Voltron unite. A Gestalt character, but
Okay.
yeah, that's it's just a word that's used quite often in comic books, and outside of comic books, no one uses it ever. So,
Okay.
it's one of those things. But we do have to say that old Stan Lee, of course, creating Marvel Comics in the early '60s. Stan, of course, had been working and writing for decades before that, and he certainly carried a thesaurus around with him. That's for sure. But I think he actually was pretty good at finding a balance between using interesting wording but not overwhelming the reader. But then again, back in those days, people could read, and these days we have mainly illiterate population. So
Yes.
Mm.
Massive illiteracy and functional illiteracy because they can't even comprehend, you know,
yeah,
11th grade
it's
vocabulary.
it's weird, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Or they can't,
especially, yeah. Go ahead, Zach.
or they can't read cursive, and
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Because I know when I was a kid in school, we had near 100%, literacy in America. Now it's nowhere near that. But anyway, let's not get caught on that point. But I did notice as I was going through the project and looking at it before the show, there is a lady running with a baby. And there's many panels of her. So can you, is it a secret or can you tell us what's going on with that baby, dude?
No, yeah, yeah. So that her name is Valora. She is the Hellborn, and of the mother Hellborn. There, that's Jason that she's running with. Full scene that I posted up is a flashback, so you kind of get an idea of who mom is, and then a little bit of why they're running from the Hellborn. Yeah, so she's kind of like has these witch like powers that you see. She's able to do a lot of things and manipulate, um, do illusions, if you will, things
Mhm.
like that. So
Cool. All right. So that's neat, and it's cool how it seems that when the people have their near-death experience and come back, whether they take the highborn or the hellborn route, their powers are very varied. So that's very
mhm.
interesting
Yeah.
way that you went about that. And now, well, of course, Jason is our protagonist. And can you tell us a little bit about? Now, he's a hybrid, which is interesting. But and I see we also have a claw-like character here, sitting in his chair, clenching his fist.
Yeah.
But what Jason? What are his power set?
Um, well, I don't want to tell you too much about his powers,
Okay.
but it's part of his learning, experience, coming into his own and things like that. But he's very powerful, but it all depends on, um, how do you say it? I guess almost like his amount of that he can actually. It's like you have to muster it from within. It has to be willed. anything, he's not going to do anything. So
Oh,
slowly he has to learn, wow, I do have these powers, use them. And then it's just a matter of honing them and just exploring just how deep those powers go, if that makes sense.
so yeah, no, it's an origin story. I get it. And now the Shadow Sentry is Jason our Shadow Sentry, or is that name being used for more of a team title?
Correct. Yeah, that'll be more the team title. And so, this start of all the action, the Shadow Sentry have already gathered. They're already, a formed team. And then Commander Noble, he's actually Jason's father, and he's the
Oh,
the leader of the Shadow Sentry. So um, not to tell you too much, but he's going through it, and he thinks his son is dead because of what happens in the first few pages there that you see on the campaign.
right.
And so when he does show up, it's like, what the heck? Are you kidding me? Like, he's really alive? Like, what? So the chase ensues, and then you have the Hellborn who find out as well, and then to him first, and we'll even choose the side that finds him.
So is Jason and he's going to become codename Brazen?
Nope, that is Brazen. That's the second in command of the Highborn.
I
So
see.
Jason's like 18 years old
I see.
when when the story does catch up to present time.
Okay, so he doesn't have a code name in the beginning of the story. Oh, cool, cool. So it's a pure origin story. We got Cogent. Boy, I kind of like that. That's a good name, dude. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah.
nice.
Do you know what it
Yeah.
means?
It means clear and understandable.
All right. I've seen different definitions of it, but I liked it because it kind of had this idea of momentum and force, and so he controls momentum, and he could just absorb kinetic energy and then basically use his hands to blast it out. Just put his hand on an object and just force it out. He's naturally big. His strength isn't his power, but he is big. He's an ex-football player, so kind of give you an idea of his mass and girth. And I gave him extra huge gloves to kind of make him seem more intimidating.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming you're taking because it means clear and concise, but it also could mean that it is something that is clear and of the power of intellectual reasoning. So, are you taking this thing, or something that is making you by force to? I see what I get how you're using it. Okay, cool. That's cool. All right. So let me see. We have those two are being specified here. We get ourselves some stretch goals, some stickers, bookmarks, trading cards. Ooh, nice. There's a poster possibly in the future. Got to level up that bookmark to metal. Ooh, that's nice. Uh, and let's see. Actually, we've gotten over the couple of years here of of course, Comicsgate being going on for about 2 years now. Um, we've gotten a lot of books in that time. I've gotten over 40 of them myself. And I'd
Nice.
say the two best bonus stuff outside of the books, right, that I got were from Mike Miller and Art Bear.
Mm.
And Mike had those great looking mini medals in there, just beautiful stuff. And the dog tags. And of course, RT Bear had all those badges and stickers and stuff. It was really cool, man. So I like the metal aspect. That's pretty neat. And
Cool.
we got a
All
white
right.
version too. All right. All right. And I like your naming convention. I think you do a pretty good job of that. Not everyone does. Some of the names that come out are like, no, that's probably not good.
Yeah, he looks at my comic, and that's what he was saying the whole entire time. He was like, "What'd you call him? Why you call him that?"
I wasn't calling you out, man. I wasn't pointing fingers. I
Yeah,
wasn't.
you were.
No, I wasn't doing that. Um, but of course, Zach's book as well is another gorgeous looking book. Beautiful, beautiful
Mhm.
art. Now, of course, it's very different here. We mentioned that in the beginning, the two colorists that are working on Eric's project. Of course, Eric is more of a penciler, but Zach being a much more painterly type of artist, I guess, if that's a proper term. But definitely. Now, what I'm going to do, Eric, is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to watch your trailer. Now, I
Okay,
ask the
cool.
same question every time I do this. Am I going to like it?
I think you are. I think you're gonna love it.
Are you sure? I'm very picky.
I'm gonna go with yes. You will like it.
All right. All right. Okay.
Just be
He's
glad Todd's
guaranteed
not
me.
here.
He's guaranteed me. All right. Here we go. I'm going to click on it. Ooh, I like the music already.
I can't hear any music, but
No, you won't be able to, but they are. They can hear it.
okay.
Oh, look at that moon. I like it. Ooh. Yeah, they are. The coloring is really good on this Thundera.
Indeed, it's very good. Excellent.
Ooh, we put in special effects.
Yes, sir.
Who put this together?
I did.
Oh, sweet dude.
Is there anything you can't do, Eric?
I know, right?
Um,
And he's a
I can't-
handsome, beautiful man too. If you haven't seen him, he's all muscly. I like the graphic design on the Highborn and Hellborn logos too.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I also did those.
Yeah, well, I assume that, right? We got a katana-like character here. We got a well-armored fellow. Oh, astonishing X-Men. Now we're showing off some of your other stuff, right?
Yeah, some of my favorites.
Ooh. New powers. Mhm. All right. Well, there it is, guys. Now, normally when I first looked at that and I saw the 2 minute running time, I would have said, that's way too long, dude. You got to cut that in half. But actually, it flows pretty well. I don't think I have a problem with that trailer at all. Well, what do you
No, it's
think?
good.
What do you think, Thunder?
It's a good trailer. It's very, very well done. I think it gets across the entire intention of this book. You know, the X-Men slash uh, like team thing that it's got going for it. Plus, it's got a pretty cool idea between heaven and hell, or heavenly creatures and hellish creatures.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it does a very good job.
Yeah, cool. What do you think, Zach?
I thought it was really good. I got to ask him what program he used to make that, because I need to make something like that. So Eric,
Yeah,
what did you use?
Sure. I have Microsoft Surface tablet,
Ooh.
and it's like built in. It's like, when you go to the photos, it's basically putting a bunch of photos together, and then you add the the cuts and the movement of the photos and blah blah blah, and then you can add the special effects too. So yeah.
It's just like a program that comes with a Surface. I'm like, oh man, you must be using like Final Cut or something to add all those effects and do all this cool
Nope.
stuff. And you're like, no, it's just some program. I'm like, oh, okay. Just
Man,
make me
those
feel bad.
Yeah.
Just
those
make me
apps
feel
are-
bad.
those apps are getting pretty amazing, dude. They really are.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I actually could put trailer little mini intros and outros together, and I'm a boomer. I'm the ultimate boomer. I mean, it's impressive
Nice.
how effective they're getting, of course. But awesome. All right, now what I'm going to do, Eric and guys, is I'm going to go over and talk a little bit about some news, and then we'll come back and look at your perks at the end of the show. Okay. Eric, of course, is working on a page, which we'll come back in. Let's take a look at it right now. Matter of fact, let's go do that. Oh, he's not. He's not showing it right now. It's okay. I'll come back
Oh.
later. But let's go over here and look. I got a few little bits of news I'd like to talk about. Not so much. But first thing we need to talk about, though, is Alberto Uderzo, French illustrator. Of course, he's the creator of Asterix, and he died at the age of 92. I don't know exactly why he passed away, but This dude, of course, is a huge influence in French comic books, and we know that they're going through a golden age over in Europe. And of course, if you haven't read Asterix, why haven't you? Go read Asterix. It's awesome stuff. Safe journey, sir. Condolences to the family, but 92 is a pretty good long life there,
Mhm.
Thundero. Do you have any
Yeah,
comments on this?
that's way longer than I want to live. Uh,
Oh, God.
but yeah, it's a shame. We keep losing legendary figures left and right. It
Yeah,
seems
it's been quite
last
a
few
year.
years.
Yeah, yeah, and we're not losing the ones that we probably would prefer to. Yeah,
Yes, the ones we'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But they're just going through his career here in very briefly. Yeah, no, I loved Asterix when I was a kid, man. And I think I was pretty lucky as an American goes because I grew up in New England, and New England. Maybe because of our name, I don't know. But we've always kept much closer ties to Europe than the rest of the country. So when I grew up, there were a lot of European things in and around me. Whereas maybe if you grew up in California or in the South, this wasn't true. But so I certainly had asterisks, and we had English translations of 'em way, way back. I forget, they were pretty old. I can't remember what year they were, but they were actually very giant things. You guys remember those old Time magazines? Well, I guess maybe I'm asking Thundera only. These guys are too young, but or maybe you're all too young. But they used to have the Time magazines that would come out with their specials, and they were like gigantic things. I mean, I don't know the size of them, but they must have been like, 12 or 13 by 20 or something. They were these just giant magazines you hold in your hand. And the Asterix comics that I read were like a kind of a trade or an omnibus of sorts, I guess. It was a floppy, but it was just gigantic floppy. And I used
Mhm,
to read those all the time. You guys ever seen those?
mhm.
No.
Mm-mm,
No.
no, no.
I bet you those are worth money too. Those are from the 60s. Um, don't know where I put those. They must be over at the with the rest of the comics. But anyway, Asterix, of course, has had many, many movies done by it, many animated series, all kind of stuff around Asterix. My favorite is from the who's the guy who did the movie The Green Card? Pretty good French actor. What's his name?
The green card?
Yeah, he did the movie The Green Card. He was real popular for a little while. He's kind of a big, chubby, husky French actor with a nose the size of Texas.
Oh,
Can't remember his name, but anyway, he has done. He's been in those movies. He plays Asterix's big oafing friend. What's his
the
name?
Depardieu or whatever. Is it Depardieu?
Jean Perdu, yeah, or something Perdu. Yeah, yeah, you're right, you're right, that guy. But
Right.
anyway, safe journey, sir, and thank you. Because I certainly loved Asterix as a kid. I'm going to go over the chat here and see if anyone else had good memories of Asterix. Now, uh, Eric Hawkins is accusing me of being so picky. I am picky. Windows Movie Maker, right? No, that's true. Leave it to Chester to try and find a way to break a character's name. Uh, Okay, fine, Pixel. I won't argue with you. It's true. I do. Gerard Depardieu. Thank you very much. Yeah, he was quite popular for a while, but I love his movie where he's this chef trying to do this big event for the Versailles, of course, the palace there. And then at the end of it, he's so frustrated and so finished with his life as this high end chef that he just hangs himself in the kitchen. It was pretty cool. Pretty good, very French movie, of course. Sheldon says, just tuning in. I heard Chester say a gigantic floppy. Oh, is this more toilet talk? Why do you guys sexualize everything I say? What's up with that, man? Uh,
You gotta be careful what you say, man.
it's true. It is true.
You're a
But anyways,
sexual creature,
I
Chester.
I know
Sexual.
I was. I'm a married man now, Thundero. Uh, All right, moving on. But once again, condolences to the family. I want to talk a little bit about this. I got a few news pieces here from Somali, of course, and Chew back for seconds with the Chew #1 preview. Now, I kind of hate when they renumber everything like that. I don't like doing that. It's a new series, so we got to call it Chew number one. No, stop it. Stop it. But me personally, I'm a huge fan of Chew. Do you guys like it?
No idea what it is.
Oh my
Nope.
God, dude. All right. Okay.
Never.
I'm going to
I've
help you
seen
out.
it on there a bunch of times, and it always had like chewed up fingers, and I was just like, that looks gross. I'm not gonna pick that up.
Okay. Now, in this, Chew is an Asian name, but it also has the CHEW connotations because the main character, Chew, he is a Sebopath. Now, Sebopathy is the ability to eat something and know its history. It's a bit of a like a kind of like psychometry, but instead of touching it and seeing its past, you have to eat it, right? So he's a Sebopath, and you got that little alliteration going on with Chew and Chew. And it's just him having to go through. He's attached to kind of like a a Hellboy type of BPDRD or whatever that was called. But he's part of a government agency, and he has to use his abilities to help track down and do detective things. And of course, they make him eat all kind of disgusting stuff, right? So he can use his power. But it's just was brilliant series. I absolutely loved it. It gave the world Ponyo, and if you know, if you read Chew, you know exactly what I mean. And it's I just loved Chew.
Are
Thundero,
you talking about Ponyo as in like Ghibli?
no, nah, God, no,
Okay, I was
no,
like, what
very,
the
very
crap are you
different.
talking about?
That I didn't even think about that, and that's pretty traumatic to be honest with you. But Thundero, come on, you know Chew. You got to know Chew, dude.
Nope. Never even heard of it. It's the first I've
Eric.
ever heard of it.
It's published by Image, right?
Well, now, yeah.
Okay, I just see the image. Yeah, sorry. No, I have seen it. I flipped through it. I never bought it and read it, but I have seen stuff. I think it was just out of my wheelhouse. I don't really do the horror kind of zombie type stuff. It kind of reminded me of something that would be like zombies.
No, it's not really zombie. It's more weird tales, detective story type of stuff. It's not zombie really, although I think there have been a couple zombies. But this art style is very telling of the style. And of course, got a new character here, Saffron. Uh, but it's they haven't replaced Chew with her, have they? No, no, they wouldn't do that, would they? Would they get woke and do something like that? There's no way. Do not tell me that we have replaced Chew with a girl. Oh my God, I don't even want to look at it now. I'm upset. There's John Layman, of course. Dan Boltwood is doing the art. Um, so no, Tony Chu is a Siva. Okay, so it is able to get psychic impressions from what he eats. Saffron Chu is a Sibo Pars, able to learn secrets from who she eats with. Oh, interesting. Tony is a cop. Saffron is a criminal. They are both named Chu. They are brother and sister. All right, fine. I don't know if I like the addition of the sister, but whatever. If you guys haven't seen Chu, go check out Chu because it's freaking amazing. And the chat's got to back me up with this, dude. Come on. Some of you guys must have read this over there. Let me see here. Chester has chew fever, yellow fever. Okay, okay. Yeah, everything Asian, you got to twist it back on me, right? Is that how it goes?
Sorry.
Jesus. All right, so no
You're
one
not
knows
wrong.
Chew. I can't believe I'm alone. Todd is it, did I hear Todd?
No, you heard me, and I
Oh.
said they're not wrong. If you would have heard Todd, it would have been.
That's fair.
And
That's fair.
then words.
That's fair. That's fair. I am really surprised that I'm the only one here that's read Chew. But I'm, in all honesty, this is a new book. This is about the bad girl. That's why the spelling is different. They're going with the name instead of the alliteration. But the original Chew, you should definitely go back and read that, guys. That's a major recommendation from me. Wonderfully written, funny book. Just a great. It's a book that is driven by storytelling. How's that?
All right.
Yeah. So and it Yeah, and it went on for years and years, and I just love Chew. Anyway, I saw that and I wanted to talk about it. But the other thing I'll talk about before I go back over to the page, just real quick, we do have the solicitations from Viz. Now, Viz Media, of course, does a lot of Japanese manga brought into English, right? So we got
Mm.
Shonen Jump stuff. We got My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Super, of course, Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba, which is very popular here as well in the West. Although I think in the West it's bigger than here. Naruto, we get more My Hero Academia stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh, which gee, I didn't even know they're still doing Yu-Gi-Oh. Black Clover, ooh, really? There, ooh, that one's dark. Let's see what else I got here. Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know that one. The Promised Neverland. That's very popular here. Anyway, Viz basically does a lot, bringing a lot of the Japanese stuff over and putting it in English and releasing in the West, right? And this is their solicitations. Definitely go check that out. But one thing I thought was interesting is that they have not altered their schedule at all, even though Diamond is shutting down for the entire month of April, at least, right? And it might be a little bit longer. We know the concerns with that, but Viz doesn't care. They're just bringing it on. Of course, it is coming from Japan, I guess. Unchanged, their release schedule remains unchanged despite Diamond's shutting down. This includes over 30 graphic novels, including the 93rd volume of the high-selling One Piece series. Viz Media manga and books are still being shipped by our distributors, Simon and Schuster, but also by book distributors like Ingram, Baker, Taylor, Follett, and Book Azine. Viz director of publicity, public relations, Chantel Stewart, told News Arama. It's interesting to me because just looking at this article just offhand, right? Um, Everyone in the comic world, it's all about Diamond, 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 and how much you either hate Diamond or how important Diamond is or whatever. It's all Diamond all the time. Well, I just listed off what half a dozen publishers that also bring things to bookstores and other places. Why don't we in the industry start, especially here with the indie revival, Comicsgate and stuff? Why don't we think about using these other groups and bringing them to bookstores and to places like what Mitch Breitweiser is doing for Walmart, or of course moving into the bookstores and convenience stores we have with Alterna. Why don't we do that too? Why is everyone so stuck on frickin' Diamond all the time? There's obviously options. Anybody?
Mhm.
Well, I think they did it
Probably.
because it was like easy and it was just, and it was actually. Remember, Chester, when we were talking to Art, is when we brought it up was that these people don't want to. It kind of goes down the line, and they don't want to take. No one wants to take the blame or wants to deal with the advertising or trying to get it out there. They just want to put that onto someone else. Like the artists and creators, they just want to create and make art, and then they want to hand it off to someone, and then they just want to get paid for it. They don't want to deal with the stuff, and Diamond kind of handles a bunch of stuff so they don't have to deal with it. And I guess it's like the easy option.
That's fair. Yeah.
So, but
fair.
it's just I think it's just and we're finding out right now. It's just like you can't be lazy anymore.
No,
you can't do that. It doesn't work.
Fair point. That's true. But I mean, especially in the format we do over here, because this is a graphic novel format on the Kickstarter. Some people put out the small floppies. I don't know if that's a smart idea, however. But with Eric here, which we're about to jump back over and look at his perks, but he's doing the graphic novel format with 48 pages. And with stretch goals and stuff, is that going to expand, or is that a set ceiling on the pages?
On the pages, I'm really not trying to expand, only because I'm really conscious of the deadline and I want to fulfill and I don't want to be late. So, but at the same time, if people do want more pages, which I'm kind of hearing more, then I can definitely consider a stretch goal.
Oh, there you go. But it's still within the graphic novel of the 48 page plus, say 48, 60, even some of the bigger ones. This format is certainly doable with a more standard book publisher, right? I mean, they might
Mm.
not be so interested in dealing with little floppies all the time, but a graphic novel, especially a perfect bound or a hard spine type of graphic novel, you could deal with these book sellers. And I know we talked about, Zach mentioned this, we talked about this with Art the other day quite extensively. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes with some of the big people in the Indie Revival, and they are working on these type of things. So I would just suggest that don't look past these booksellers, these publishers, because they have
Mm.
Simon and Schuster's everywhere, right? And there
Yeah.
are plenty of ways to get your books out. It doesn't all have to be the diamond format.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So.
I hear you.
Yeah, sweet. All right, but definitely, if you like manga, and of course it's becoming more and more popular, check out Viz Comics, man. And they, excuse me, Viz Media has their 2020 June 2020 solicitations here, and they have a full list of them, and there's a lot. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely check it out, guys. So let's go back over though, and let's take a look at the perks on Eric's project here. Do keep in mind we're a few minutes out. Mike Miller's Blacklist Universe Drone Recorder Pro Edition is about to start. Definitely check that out. Now keep in mind that tomorrow we are doing Biohazard here. Which means that next week we will have a fan on the Pro Edition. We've had a couple weeks here where we didn't have one on, but we will have them back. So don't worry. And I'm sure that Mike has many former Ultimate Edition people over there on his show, including our young lad Zach, who'll be there today. I'm pretty sure. No comment? Did he leave already? He's already left. Oh, there you go. That answers my question. All right, Eric, we're gonna go through this here. Now, you have a featured, which I always appreciate, and this is all four covers and the print for $100. So, explain this featured tier a little bit.
Sure. So you're going to get all four of the covers. You get the regular, the three variants. Then you get your choice of a print. And again, there's a drop down menu. You choose which one you want. So the prints will be all the covers, plus there's the promo art, which is the picture in the back there. So yeah,
Cool.
that's
All
it for
right.
that one. That
No, that's good. You get 4 books for that, which is nice. And I think this is fine, but with the featured, just keep in mind, Eric, usually the featured is a $40 to $50 tier, usually.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, I did not know.
But I think this is fine. I think the art is so good that you probably do want to pick up all 4 covers. Well, let's move down here. Now we got our digital for 1,000, or excuse me, $10. And I like that. I'm happy to see that more people are offering digital and they're charging a little bit more for it. Because I think you should make money for the work. I'm pro that. How about you, Thundero?
Yeah, absolutely. Every time.
Every time, yeah.
Every time they should make more.
Yeah, yeah. You
More,
don't have
more.
to give them for $2. I think this is just fine because we're paying for the work that's been done, right? It doesn't matter that there's not a physical in your hand. Now, I also think it should be a little cheaper than the physical, but it doesn't have to be radically cheaper. Yeah, so good on you for that.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, definitely. And then we come down here to the SS comic for $20. So what is SS? What do you mean? Just Shadow Sentry? Just the book? This is the physical book.
Correct. Yeah, they only give you a certain amount of spaces for your letters, and unfortunately, I couldn't do Shadow Century comics, so I
Oh
just
wow.
worded it
Oh wow.
SS.
I didn't know that. That's cool. That's good to know, actually. So there you go.
Yeah.
There's a hint, ladies and gentlemen. Don't make your titles too long. Okay.
Right.
We got a huge print and the regular cover print, and this is 11 by 17 for $20. Now, do you get the comic with that as well, or is that just the big print?
This is the big print, and I'm going to ship early, so you'll get those in June, so you don't have to wait till the end of fulfillment.
Oh wow! So you're actually organized and ready to go. Wow.
Yep.
Good on you. Good on you.
Mhm.
Because that's one problem we certainly had. Is not all, but there have been plenty of rather late books. but it's good to hear you're on top of that. There's another variant. These are various poster variants of all the different covers, which is cool, 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 cool. Then there's a thank you, the Shadow Century Comics signed. Ooh, so that's pretty self-explanatory, right?
Yep. So that one is $25. So you can get the $20 edition, which is not signed. This one will get you the autograph by me, but then I'll also put a thank you. Well, I'll put your name in the book on the thank you page.
Sweet. Yeah, those are
So
always neat. Those are always neat. Although I have to say, my name has been interestingly absent on several of those thank you pages, creators. Anyway, let's see here.
He's not bitter about it either, guys. He's
Not at
not bitter.
all, not at all. And this is what you were talking about earlier. Where you can get the additional variant cover and double deal. Of course, you get the ubiquitous 2 books. Thundero. They always like to do that. Well, how did that come to be, though? Because it is ubiquitous, most certainly, right? Every damn project has the 2 books. Why is that?
I don't know. It's a very
Eric?
good question. I think one person just did it. Everybody thought it was a good deal.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I guess like one for you, one for your friend.
Yeah, I think it might have more to do with the collector, one to read and one to leave in the bag and board, maybe. But
That's
yeah, it is ubiquitous, but they're popular though. In this case, this is not the biggest claim you have, meaning that people are backed. And of course, you got over 200 backers, so this project is successfully funded. But these usually do really well. Maybe, of course, it's kind of beyond the pale now, but it might have been interesting in the double deal for you to offer. You can get 2, and you get to choose from a set of covers. Like you could get the A and C cover or something like that, you know?
correct. That's what I did with this one, the late ride special.
Oh, you did it here. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, all right. There you
Yeah.
go. Well, the
And so
answers.
you get a regular cover, and then you get to choose your other cover, and then you also get a metal print version, which you get to choose as well.
Ooh, that is cool. That is cool. Okay. I mean, I might have made that my featured, actually, dude. That's a
Mm.
pretty good deal. I mean,
Uh,
it doesn't matter.
I could
Double variant option. What's this?
All right, so this is you get your choice of 2 variants. There's drop down menu. You take your pick of any 2 you like, and then you also have the option before you check out to do an add-on perk, which will give you if you want to do the 3rd variant, you can get that, and then there's no additional shipping charge for you.
Oh,
3
sweet.
variants if you want.
Sweet. Now you are charging the backer for the shipping, right? You're not including that,
Correct.
right? Okay, good, 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 good. It always scares me when I have these people come up and say shipping's included. Like, oh, you maniac. Yeah, because that will kill you. We got a 5 pack. This is a brick and mortar package here. Very nice for $75, maybe $70. We get sketch cover headshot #1. Now you gotta do sketches on the cover for these. And 1 of 30 have been claimed for that. And we have a sketch cover full body. Wow, that's a lot of work, dude. But it is
Yeah,
$200.
correct. Yeah. So we'll see. And I'm doing the blank sketch cover version for these books,
Mhm.
and I'm doing like a slip cover idea where it's not bound to the book. It's not going to be stapled. So you could take it off, so that way if you want to read the book, you could take off the artwork, not mess it up. If you want to frame the artwork separately, you could do that. If you want to get it graded together with the book, totally up to you. But to give you options, you have that flexibility.
Yeah, no,
And
that's cool,
so it's a
dude.
slip cover.
That is very, very cool. And you've limited it to a point where you'll be able to handle that workload, so that's nice. And then, wow, did you know that Matt Weldon drew a picture of me, with my bear icon head on the body of Randy Orton? It was pretty cool, dude.
Did not know
Yeah, it was pretty sexy. Wasn't it, Thundero? It was sexy. It was sexy bear.
Yeah.
Come on
that.
I'll
now.
give you that one. I'll
You
give you
give me
that
a
one.
little bit. I get a something. All right, this is the original cover art from Matt, though. That's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah. He gave me a good deal on the cover, so I told him I'd put the cover on the campaign, and so he's going to make some money from it, and I'm going to make some as well. So win.
Sweet. No, that's awesome, dude. And of course, Matt Weldon is this freaking beast, man, superstar.
Mhm.
We got the original, which is your cover, I'm assuming, or the original promo art that you had done for $800. Yeah,
Yeah.
baby. That is neat. I haven't seen this picture, or have I? Maybe I have seen this picture before. This
And
did this
that's
come out like a half a year ago or something like that?
what I did before the Inktober 2018.
Oh, there. That's why I've seen it before. All right, cool. So you've been working on this for quite a while, man. Nice.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, we got page one. We got cover arts. These are all like a big price things, but you're getting original art for the pages, and then you had an early bird special, which is sold out, and also, ooh, create a villain. Oh, I wish I knew about that one.
I'll do one for the next book in case you want to get on that one.
Yeah, no, I think I would be a perfect villain. Don't you think,
So
Thunder? No comment. All right, fine. That's
No, no,
fine.
I'm here. Sorry, I was muted. You say that like you're not already one, Jester.
That's true. That's true. Well, Archie Bear says I'm the devil, so
Yeah, I mean that checks out.
I guess so. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, let me come back over here and take a look, and maybe. Oh, Zach is back. I thought he'd be. He must be gone. He's
What are you
probably
talking
on.
about? I've been here the whole time. I've been listening to you.
Oh, really?
Uh
Well,
huh.
don't you have like a drone and quarter to get to?
I am in it. I'm in both of it. I'm hearing you in one ear and Edwin in the other.
Oh, goodness.
okay.
Well,
Oh
tell
my
Edwin
God!
Whether
that.
you
How
want,
are you? How are you not erect right now? What's
Oh,
going on, bud?
goodness gracious, that's right. Yeah, just sexy on both ears. But tell Edwin I love him and kisses. I'm kissing his left lobe right now. Tell him that. Tell him
Oh God, it's going through my brain to do that.
that. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm waiting. I
No,
want to speak
no,
vicariously through you to
no,
Edwin.
because they're talking about things. They're doing introductions. No.
All
uh,
right, fine. Well, you tell
are
him
they yelling at
later.
me?
You tell
Or
him later,
All right.
and do it in the most sexy way
I'll do that.
possible, so it pisses Mike off to the nth degree.
No,
Thank you
you
very
ask
much.
Eric to do that.
Is Eric also sitting in there?
Eric needs to get in there too.
Yeah, he does. Well, anyway, we're going to end.
Yeah.
We're going to let Mike do his thing, of course, get out of the way. I was an hour late today. I do apologize for that, guys, but I literally ran here from the city. Well, I drove here, but you know what I mean. So I was a bit running behind because I was so busy yesterday. But I do apologize for that. But we did get in here. We did take a look at the project, which is absolutely awesome. Great looking art, of course, coming out of Eric. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have. Zach say his goodbyes, and I'm going to end with you, Eric. So you're going to give us your last little bit of elevator pitch for the project, but I also want you to namaste us out of here. You are aware of our namaste situation here on the FanSpeak, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So words of wisdom, right? Something that will
Okay.
make Thundera all wet and bothered. Okay. Zach,
Late. Too late.
too
You can
late.
find me on Twitter and just go over literally right now to Drawn and Quartered. I think it's on Blacklist Universe right now. So if you say hi and bye, that's all.
There you go. And definitely do that, guys. And of course, just keep in mind that shortly, not very long from now at all, Zach is going to tell Edwin all about my earlobe love. So that should be fun. Thundera, go ahead.
I will see everybody on Sunday. Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
What are we talking about Sunday?
QAnon, sir.
Oh, that's right. Oh, this is not going to be fun. Oh no,
What do you mean it's not going to be fun?
it's going to be more fun than space because if I never have to talk about space again in my life, I'll probably be happy. But because it's just so boomer and weird. But
Yeah,
we'll
I
talk
know.
about it.
Yes, but I do believe I successfully debunked Einstein. Thank you very much, sir.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Somebody had to do it.
Someone had to do it. But no, we definitely did. We'll go do QAnon next week. This should be interesting. It's new for me. I've been researching it all week. It's pretty fascinating, actually. So that should be a fun conversation. And of course, keep in mind that tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we, of course, have Drawn Record the Ultimate Edition, where we will be doing Biohazard. Now, with that said, Eric is going to take us out of here. He's going to tell us his last little bit about the book, and he's going to namaste us. So, Eric, take it away, sir.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Chester, for having me on again.
Anytime.
Please check me out online at Eric Ninaltowski Art. EricNinaltowskiArt.com is where you're going to find all of my links and such to the social medias. But please do check out Shadow Century if you have not already. It's my attempt to create a new world, a new universe in the old good old days of X-Men comics when they were great, and with a supernatural twist. So, and give it a shot. Please look at the campaign, the stuff there. And contact me if you have any questions. shadowcenturycomic@gmail.com. I'm going to be accepting fan art and questions for the books going forward. So there will be a newsletter part in the back of the book, so you can end with your comments like the good old comics, and I will publish them. So, yeah. And last but not least, my words of wisdom. Please do wash your hands for 20 seconds, because the lipid bilayer around the thing that shall not be named, it takes time to break that down, people. So wash your hands thoroughly. And yes, that'll be it.
Well, namaste indeed. Wash your damn hands and gargle too. All right, guys. Thank you very much. A lot of fun. Go check out Mike's show. Go oversee the pro edition of Drawn and Quartered, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.
Peace.